Hi there, another mock done. So, welcome to the discussion of the VARC section of the mock 7. And here is the very first passage on your screen. Now, you've gone through this passage, right? This passage belongs to anthropology. It talks about the discovery of a particular fossil a couple of decades ago and its importance for the mankind. So this basically went on to tell us that there was some ancestors, some subspecies similar to humans that used to walk on 2 feet 7 million years ago, right? And then, of course, there are these paragraphs that talk about the importance of that particular factor. The third paragraph goes ahead and tells us more about how that particular fossil gives us some insight into the lifestyle of the subspecies. Thereafter, the importance in our extended family tree and the place where it was found and the name that it was given. And but then there are people who were not very sure of whether it belongs to the human lineage. And then there are paragraphs that go on to prove that no, it was indeed uh, a, a subspecies of human lineage for sure. Okay, so here are some evidence. Here is some evidence that goes ahead and discusses this. Right. So here is the first question: which one of the following sets of terms best serves as keywords to the passage? So this is essentially what? A main idea question. So let us go ahead and focus on this. So A says anthropological milestones. Are there milestones that are discussed in the passage? Evolutionary adaptation. It is given in a particular paragraph very briefly with respect to that particular fossil, but it is not a broad theme that has been touched upon. Prehistoric bipeds. Now, it is not about prehistoric bipeds, it's about discovery of a particular fossil. Taurus Manala site, yes, that is where the fossil was discovered, so this is important. But as we can see, milestones, prehistoric bipeds, they are wrong, and therefore option A can certainly be eliminated. B, hominin ancestry, fossil femur analysis, arboreal locomotion, this is not discussed as a main theme. There is just a third paragraph again with respect to that fossil. And then primatology debates, well, there is only one debate which was specific to whether this fossil was a hominin or not. But then within the next paragraph, even that debate was settled. So the last two make B suspect. How about C? Desert discoveries, yes. The significance of the fossil, yes. Morphology of the skull, an important evidence that helped us prove that it was indeed a bipedal. And then human chimpanzee divergence, yes. Fourth paragraph tells us that this fossil should be studied because of this unique point in time. So C definitely looks good. Let's talk about D. Harvard's paleoanthropology, is it a dominant theme? Vertebral column structure, yes, but hybrid hominin lifestyle, not a core idea. Evolutionary branching, yes. So C is better than D as well. So let's eliminate this, and we should have no hesitation in choosing C as our answer. So C it is. With that, let's get into our next question. Which of the following best describes the purpose of the third paragraph? So before we look into these options, how about we have a look at the third paragraph once again. So there you go. So third paragraph, species could even be our oldest non-ape ancestor if its lineage led to Homo sapiens instead of dying out. And then supports habitual upright walking, but then forearms, that suggests that it had a lifestyle where it stayed in or lived in trees for a considerable point of time. In one word, arboreal lifestyle. So could walk on 2 legs, but then also spent a lot of time in the trees. So let's go ahead and see. A, an analysis of the challenge in determining whether Sahelanthropus cadensis is a hominin or an ape, not even discussed in this paragraph. So obviously cannot be a theme, cannot be the purpose. B, a discussion of the potential for this fossil to be the oldest known hominin, or even a non-ape ancestor of Homo sapiens? This second half is definitely discussed. The first half, kind of, yes. So B can be the answer. How about C? An exploration of the difference between this and other hominins, not even mentioned. A critique of the theory that Sahelanthropus cadensis was exclusively bipedal and the implication of its grasping climbing techniques. So is it a critique of a theory? Was there a theory proposed that it went on to disprove? No. So because there is no theory mentioned, even D can be eliminated. So the best option for us is B, right? And in fact, the very first sentence of the third paragraph settles it for us. Okay, so for question number 2, the correct answer is option B. And with that, let's move over to question number 3. All of the following are true as per the passage except. So A, lived during the time when humans diverged from apes. In fact, hey, I referred to the passage and let me take you through some selected parts. Okay, so here are those selected parts. So second paragraph, fossilized find first uncovered 2 decades ago suggests that early humans regularly walked on 2 feet some 7 million years ago. This new analysis, strong case, lived during the critical time when our human lineage diverged from the chimps. Right? So on the basis of these, if you look at A is true and B is true, just on the basis of the part that I have talked about. Then C, some hominins may have had chimp-like forearms and may have spent some time in trees. Look at the information presented to you in the third paragraph. Right? Grasping climbing technique to support a type of hybrid lifestyle. Right? So third paragraph goes ahead and supports this, and therefore I say that C is also true. D, the only known example of hominin species consists of fossils found at the Taurus Mennala site in Shad. So the fossil that was found at this particular place is definitely an example of hominin species. Is it the only example? Let me once again focus on a part of the passage. See this? Sahelanthropus could be the very oldest known hominin, the group consisting of modern humans, extinct human species, and all our immediate ancestors. So we are calling it the oldest known hominin, which means that it actually implies that there are other hominins which are known to us. So this cannot be the only known example. And that is why the correct answer for question number 3 should be option D. Notice except. So A, B, C are true, D is not, and that is what makes D your answer. And with that, let's head over to the fourth and the last question on your screen. Which of the following could be a likely reason behind calling the reasonably complete skull joint teeth to my hope of life? Now the passage is silent on that. The passage does not talk about what the reason behind this name was. But let's look at the context. It is a fossil. It appears to be the fossil of the oldest non-hominin. It tells us that human beings walked on 2 legs some 7 million years ago. And because it belonged to a particular critical point where apes and humans were diverging, it has a distinct evolutionary significance as well. So keeping that context in mind, let's look at the options. A, the scientists hope to use the fossil in further genetic research, not even mentioned in the passage, so can be ruled out. And that is why look at the question, likely reason. Had it been provided, the question would not even use the term likely. Okay, B, the fossils represent a hope for understanding our evolutionary history. Definitely, the fossil does that. So let's keep this option in running. C, the fossils raise the hope that life existed on Earth much before than it was earlier believed to be. Number 1, it's a single fossil, so we shouldn't say fossils. Number 2, it is not about life existing on the Earth, it is about bipedal hominins existing on the Earth. So C is not consistent with the passage. Let's eliminate it. How about D? Scientists have become hopeful about establishing the special character of human life based on the evidence presented by fossils. They've become hopeful about establishing the special character of human life. Well, it very clearly talked about just one specific aspect of our evolution and not a special character of human life. So D is also a serious distortion of what the passage says. So even this is ruled out. So as you can see, B is the only thing which has not been eliminated. That's the only option which is consistent with the passage. And that is why our answer here should be option B. So question number 4, we should not have much hesitation in choosing B as our answer. So that takes care of our passage 1.